All right, welcome everyone. This is a Viper Professional Training and Support webinar. Today's date is Saturday, November the 5th, 2016, and the title of today's webinar is Using Object Trader to Add-on and Lightning Trades. And as everyone knows that's been to our webinars or our live trading room, everything that we say and do at Viper Trading Systems is for educational purposes only. Futures trading, Forex trading, any kind of financial instruments trading involves risk. Therefore, there's always risk of loss. You should only trade discretionary capital, and that is money that you can afford to lose. Nothing said in this webinar, other webinars we might have, our live trading room or anything else with Viper Trading Systems should never be construed as trading or investment advice. And as always, everyone does trade at their own sole discretion. Any questions on the disclaimer? If not, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and show you a screen here just real quick. Just to let everybody know, if you're here visiting this week, you can go to vipertradingsystems.com, go to our webinar link, and there's 12 webinars for you. Okay, this was the one I did last Wednesday night, and this is the one Charles did last Thursday night. Okay, and if you want to learn a little bit about our indicators and object trader, that's a 2-hour webinar right here that I'm circling right now at the bottom middle. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, does everybody pretty much check out your chart before you get started trading, so you can kind of tell what's really going on with the market? Because I think it's pretty important. You know, you're going to see me time and time again in that room draw lines, and until it breaks that line, I'm very leery of going the opposite direction. And doesn't mean you can't scalp it, and we show you how to do that too. But, you know, I'm here to tell you that if you'll stay with the overall trend for your longer term trades, you're going to be much better off. Okay, so let's go ahead and show just real quick a chart, and I'm going to just show basically what I call my webinar, kind of a bear chart. What does the trend look like on that particular chart right there? You don't see any prices or anything, but what is the overall look of that chart? Right, it's down, isn't it? And if you look at the high even recently and the low recently, wouldn't you say that right now basically you're kind of in this channel? Now, we've got lightning on our charts, which I really like, because sometimes when you can't see it, lightning will go ahead and print it. Let me go ahead and draw it. Lightning 3. Okay, there's lightning 3 on your chart right there. Now, this tells me, the way I teach all the time, is that we have a low here, a high here, a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low, right? So this is our low at that moment, and this is our high at that moment, right? Now, has that been taken out yet? And the answer to that is no, right? Now, if you look at even here, looking on this other side of the chart, you can even see here basically they had a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, barely higher high, and then a lower low. So you could say, okay, well, this might even be your high. And that's correct, because this did take out this low right here. See it? 37 to 29, that's 8 ticks. So this is your high that it will take, in my personal opinion, to get this thing going up again. Okay, now when I draw lines in that room like that, that's pretty much what I'm looking at, and a lot of times I don't care if that background turns green or not. You know, you want to be really careful going against trends, because you know, you can actually find that, for instance, when they come up there and you know, tag like that 87 area, to give an example, something like that, you could actually short that thing, couldn't you? Absolutely. Okay, so we've got a good idea though right now of where things are going, don't we? We've got a very good idea of where things are going, because to me, you know, if I had a high here and then a little thrust down, retrace, thrust down, and a lower low here, now we could still start heading down from here, but we could also check here, right? Okay, so but the whole idea is, you know, if I was watching this in real time, and we do watch this in real time because this is getting pretty close to where I get up, and this is where I'm going to be looking for some trades. And now that I've got in my mind real quickly what's happening on Lightning 3, I go to my actual chart. But before I go to that actual chart, I want to show you something. I drew a little downtrend and a little uptrend just to show you what we're talking about, and then we're going to go to a real chart in just a minute. But these KISS trades are extremely important. Okay, let me kind of show you something, and I'm gonna move this chart over here for a minute. Okay, now when this breaks this swing right here, okay, now notice it barely broke it. Okay, so would this be, like with a lower high and rolling over, a good area to get in this trade? And the answer would be yes. But your best KISS trade is just keep drawing your swings, and you'll finally see it where it'll come back and just absolutely kiss one. Okay, that's what I call a really good KISS trade. And my stop would be just right up there. Okay, like if I was adding on or anything. Okay, because as long as Lightning is heading down, you know, see, here's another KISS trade right here. It thrusts down below the swing, comes back up, kisses, rolls over. That's what Charles and I are talking about every day in that room on these rollover trades. And then, of course, when you get these moves to the upside. Let's see, should KISS trades be in a strong trending environment? Well, the answer to that would be yes, except the fact that you can go ahead and wait for like a thrust and a pullback. I'll show you some examples of that here in just a second. Okay, and we're going to go over a little bit more about some of my favorite trades, predictor trades, KISS trades. Those are absolutely my two favorite trades right there. Okay, those is what I call pretty much in that room nonstop. Okay, box type trades, I can tell you this about boxes. If you take a box type trade, let's just pretend there's some prices here, and I'm going to show you what happens in box type trades, and it's going to happen most of the time. I'll go ahead and change this to like a white so we can see it. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, what'll happen, you'll end up buying the little break of the box, right? And you'll probably get filled somewhere in here. But guess where your stop has to be on that little box? It has to be all the way under the box, because this is usually what happens on a break. They'll come right back down to a little support area that may have been a little shelf or something, and they'll scare you. You'll be down 6 or 7, 8 ticks, and then they'll pop out of the box. Okay, so you know, anytime you take a breakout trade, you got to look at support or resistance in the case of a short. Okay, let's go to the actual chart, and I'll show you some different types of KISS trades. Okay, I'm going to pull this chart all the way over. Okay, like right now, let's say that you were looking, for instance, we're getting a higher low right now, but we don't know because obviously it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if we were to break this area here to the upside, like so, okay, don't you think more than likely it's going to come right back down and kiss it? See there? When they break out of these areas, you know, before you ever know it's a trend change or anything, they're going to give you those beautiful KISS trades. You notice when Charles and I draw in the room, to give an example, that's what we're looking for. You know, could you have taken this trade even? This is what I call a minor KISS trade, but this is a scary one. Okay, let's say that you broke above a lightning 3. Okay, which means that that's actually stair-stepping up when it takes out the lightning 3, right? But this is what I call a minor one, when you just barely take it out, touch, and then take off. And the only problem with that is you got to box it in. Then you've got to worry about the phantom trade, because there's resistance right up here, and they could easily just hit up here and roll over, right? And that's exactly what they did. See what I mean? So this KISS trade is much better, you know, to act, unless you scalp these. Now I do go about scalping these, because you can get this little trade here and it does pretty nicely for a scalp, because you're really going against the overall trend on this until it starts breaking this and holds a higher level of support. Okay. Now, what if you kissed it right here and you got filled, say, I don't know, right here or something like that? Don't you feel some heat on this? Because usually even kiss trades, if they were going to be exact, you could be the richest people on the planet, but they're never going to be exact. They're going to do fib retracements on it. They're going to do support resistance. They're going to do, previous levels from the day before, previous levels from a year before. You see what I mean? There's so many variables on a chart that you're never going to get exactly at the spot. That's why we try to build some tools so you can actually, get some of these really nice trades. Like, to give an example now, this is a predictor trade right here. And as you can see, it probably was a little fake out, obviously, right? It broke up, it did a predictor. That was also a support area that you'd think would hold. But wouldn't your stop be somewhere down in this area to begin with? And, did you actually get taken out anyway? See what I mean? And then you took your profit up here. Anytime you can see to the left prices that are close by, always be sure and protect your profit. It's extremely important. Okay? Because let's say, for instance, that this had never happened here, but maybe it had gone all the way up to here instead, then you'd be looking for there to protect your profit, right? As it pulls back. Always when they go like this, when let's say, for instance, you thrust up and you pull back, as a rule, they're gonna come down, make a higher level of support, and then they're going to come right back up and kiss that area. Okay. And then, as a rule, if this is still a downtrend, guess what? They're going to still head down. And the overall on this chart is still pretty much down, isn't it? I mean, you got a huge thrust down. It's a pretty decent retrace, but all it did was come up to resistance. So to me, until it takes out that resistance and starts heading up, this just doesn't look like an uptrend to me. See what I mean? Now, does that mean that we can't take these little trades like this? No, we can still take them, because, to give an example, if you were up at, well, I'm not up until this time, so let's just start trading now. Okay, we're going to start trading now. All right, just like we drew on our chart, I see 87 as the top. I see a little swing down here at 29. So this is my diagnosis on this chart. Until they break 87 and pull back and kiss it, the way it's going now, because I missed this one. I wasn't up at 5 o'clock. So this is what I'm looking at for a trade. I'm looking at a thrust up above and a pullback, and then heading up, okay, like that. Or I'm looking for a breakdown, because we got resistance right up there, don't we? Okay, so let's see what we can get. And I'll go ahead and put it into Object Trader. We'll try it. Replay mode, we'll do, say, 3 contracts. Now, I don't consider this background to be green when I see this happening like this, and it's up to you if you want it that way, because you can actually turn on your background to actually match Lightning 3 or even Lightning 4 if you want to. Okay, we've got the normal Viper background, which is very quick at changing, but by looking at this chart right here, I see a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. That's my swing. Okay, just like we drew on that lightning chart. This is that same chart. If you look at the lightning chart, see it right there? Just like that. And by the way, this is the same exact price too, because this is a live chart if you draw lightning on it. See? Like so. So I would be looking actually 84 to 87. I'd be looking for a short if it doesn't take out that 87. So let's see if we can get something. We'll just see if we can get something. By the way, that particular trade, I'm almost positive that I missed that one, but I got the very next one because I'm not quite up until 7 o'clock. I usually get my coffee started. Lightning is right here. You just hit resistance. And your ultimate resistance is right up there. Now remember, I'm not taking this long unless it pops 87, because it's going to have to pop it before I'm going to get in this thing. Now, if I was to short this lightning, if this happens to go red, my stop would have to be where? It'd have to be above the swing. See, lightning's heading up. See your little lightning like that? That would break it to the downside. Now, keeping in mind that even though this is green right here, when I look at my overall trend, it's still down. Okay? Because I had a thrust down, a retrace, a thrust down, retrace, right? And we still got lower highs so far. I would have probably already shorted this at 84 myself and then put the stop fairly tight, but I'll do it a little bit safer way. Whoa, too quick. Did you see that? Broke lightning. Okay. That's only 3 times normal speed right there, so this is actually moving, evidently, some type of news that was coming out, but let's see if we can get a trade anyway. That was quick. I'll go ahead and take it if it takes out this little swing area right here. What do you think about that? There we go. All right, I'd have to put my stop though. Where? Right there. That's 18 ticks. Now, as it goes down in lightning, I could go ahead and move my stop, right? Shouldn't have been able to move that price where I entered. There it goes back. Okay. Everybody see that? Okay, now let me ask you a question. By looking at this chart right here, where do you think an add-on is? Well, this is going down too quick, so it doesn't look like it's going to add on except on what we call the micro side, right? But let's look and see if we can figure an add-on place. We got one left. We're doing 1 time speed, so this is plenty good. Okay, we've got a mid-band. That's correct. We've got support that's now become resistance right there. I'm going to go ahead and add 3. See how it's coming right to my line? That's okay. It's coming right to my line. That's where resistance is. Like I say, a lot of times they'll go ahead and go up a little bit, and that went right into the predictor. And that particular little trade I did take on Friday. Everybody see that? How you do that? How do you hold any runners on your add-ons? Well, one thing you can do, you can always do this other way on your runners. If you don't want to hold, like, say, 4, for instance, I've only got $610, so if I pull back 10 ticks, I'd lose 400 of it, right? So what's best to do on something like this is go ahead and take off at the swing itself, all but saving a couple of them. Okay, and then bring your stop down just as soon as it closes. It'll be right here, right? And that's pretty good lightning right now, and I'll put it on exit on close, just in case. Okay? Now let me ask you another quick question. Judging by this chart right now, because they give you little hints of what they're going to do, are we looking at any kind of an uptrend yet? No, absolutely not. And see there, you can get rid of some some coin like that right there. Now, if it bounces like off of that bottom right there and comes back and kisses, I'll show you another area you can do. And I'm going to go ahead and do 3. And I'm going to look at this little area right here, like that. If this comes back up here, well, I didn't get rid of my one contract, but I'm still going to add. If it comes to this kiss area right here. See the little thrust down, retrace, thrust down, retrace, thrust. Resistance, resistance. No higher than here, though. And on this particular one, I'm only going to try to do 5 ticks. That's a little kiss area right there. How do you know whether to take the under resistance or the over resistance? Well, the beauty of that is, Mary, just like I was showing on that mocked up chart there, is it can't go any higher than that white line if we're going to continue heading down. So, you know, by taking the under resistance versus the over, a lot of times you can take it about halfway. Now, if this gets me, it just gets me, but we'll see. See if we get a lower high. Now, notice I didn't wait for the bar to close. I just hit it at resistance, which you can do. I recommend the bar close, especially if it goes above the little resistance area. And if you draw your lightning on there, you'll see that that is your lightning area. Now, could this take me out? Absolutely, because we got a double bottom going right now. But we don't know it's a double bottom yet until it doesn't take it out and it takes out that lightning swing, because your lightning is right here, like so. See your lightning swing identified. Okay, now which swing is identified on here? Absolutely this one, right? I'll move a darker line so you can see it. That's your identified swing. Low, high, lower low, lower high, but not a lower low, so it's not identified. Now your best bet, if you want to try this out until you get really good at it, is to go ahead and do it with a little bit larger swings. Go ahead. If you have a question on one, just be sure and ask. Okay, this one's working. See how? Now, keep in mind that if I added like here and they take out here, well, then I'm probably going to give up a little bit of this money here. But, you know, I diagnosed my chart with that being my lightning swing. So, therefore, it should hold. Now, where's my lightning swing going to be? Well, till it closes, it's not here yet, is it? Everybody see that? And now we've just got 2 running again, which is fine. See, I would have chosen the big under, swing it around 44.35. But that's what I was getting at. There's 2 different types of add-ons on here. This is actually, let's say, for instance, you had gotten filled at like Phantom, to give an example, and you're riding a runner down, and you're actually even trusting mid-band, you know, for a rollover. Then obviously this little area right here at say 32 and even over here at 37 and mid-band, of course, and it did hit mid-band. Your safest trade on a short retracement is mid-band or above. See, to give an example like this one here, thrust down, changes the background, shoots up way up here, gives you a rollover bar, probably got entered right here, you know, because you could have boxed it right there. That's a Phantom trade. Now, where's your stop now? Your stop would be right here. Let's see if we get another add-on. Now, where would your add-on be on this particular one? Well, let's see. They haven't checked 32 yet. That's a real minor right here at 16. So that one I don't trust as much. You don't want it to go any higher than here. There's a little retracement right there at 20. Let's see if we get anything there. Lightning still red. Now I don't like this high of a stop personally, because when they shoot down like this, they're usually going to get your stop. But let's see if they hit their head here. If we get any kind of pullback in lightning green, I'll get it out anyway. Now, there's another rule of thumb that I want you to remember today too. If they break what we call minor lightning, they will head up and check higher levels like midbands and phantoms. And by the way, if you want to try to get a quick little trade, if for some reason they break a lightning that's identified, I could actually flip this trade for 5 ticks, more than likely. They haven't taken us out yet. Thrust, retrace, wick that, so that's not a lightning swing yet. But if it closes above it, it will be, won't it? Because it did a little thrust, retrace, and we'll see if lightning actually breaks. If it closes above that swing, it's actually breaking. Not yet. We like it when it keeps going down. If it'll just keep going down, we're happy. Now this is actually, if this happens to break this little lightning swing here, that'll get you out of a lot of trades. Your actual identified swing is right here. But truthfully, by now, I would go ahead and buy one of those contracts back, because it is starting to lighten up. See the blue? So that way you're only in one, not giving back everything. Now let's see where we're going to add on. Okay, it looks to me like it's already testing here. It's got another one right here, but we can't go any higher than here because that is our lightning swing, right? So if they happen to break this line to the upside, then obviously we wouldn't be looking for shorts anymore. So let's see if we can get a quick trade. See if we can get 5 ticks. Now keep in mind, if they happen to break this swing, we're not going to do anything. I'm going to have to speed it up, it looks like. Bar going to close. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm still going to put my stop right above there. That's still a lower high so far, and it may be a fake. We'll find out. When they barely take out these lows like this, train your eye to see this. Got a low here, high here, much lower low than over here. See this low? That's not low by over 6, 7 ticks tops. So usually, and by the way, they're breaking micro swings, and if they break this one, then we would be looking for higher. I'm going to go ahead and take 5 ticks if it'll give it to me, and I'm going to go 3. Well, missed it. Well, we got 1. We'll get $50 if it happens to do it. So we got broke lightning to the upside, and I'm going to add one more if this bar closes up, because see, we're starting to get lightning up. Now keep in mind that the only reason that I'm doing this is because it broke lightning to the left. See there? And I would probably put a pretty tight stop on that because that is a counter trend trade, but it took us out of our trade, and a lot of times I will go ahead and flip a trade like that. So will Charles. See if we can actually get our 5 ticks. That'll be $200 if we do, and we'll be okay. All right, we got it. Now, let's look and see what's happening. We've got a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low. This is actually what I consider to be my medium swing. This is what I call my secondary swing, which will make the difference in whether this thing heads down or not. And let's get ready to box it in. We still got a red mid-band. My insert didn't work. There we go. All right, we're going to box it in. That's lightning. That's our trend line. See how lightning is heading up. Still heading up a little bit. Now remember, we don't like to chase trades. If this is going to be a trend change, what they're going to do, they're going to thrust first, they're going to retrace, and then they'll change backgrounds and everything, but we haven't got that yet. See, we still got a red midband. We still got an overall trend of like that. That barely took out that low. That's the first time in, well, that's the second time into Phantom, but it did ratchet down. So I will take that trade right there. This was before we opened the room 2 right here. Which lightning I use? I like to personally use the 1, but I watch the 2 also. See, I've got this boxed right now. And I'll tell you what, if they happen to break above there, we'll go ahead and even see if we can get along all the way up to that line. That's a risky trade. But if they break Phantom, they'll actually change all kinds of backgrounds and everything. So you only want 5 ticks on 3 contracts? No, absolutely. We'll go ahead and do 3 contracts for all 3 targets. Now, where's support on this particular chart right now? What do y'all think? And right here at 28? So 28 is support. This is still a short background, but I'm going to see if it bounces off of 28 also, because we do look for little bounces. Now, when it's sideways like this, do you have any add-on spots? No. No, we're not. See, we're not stair-stepping down like we were back here. See where this thing just started stair-stepping? So we're no longer looking for kiss-type trades. And with sideways action like this, what I personally normally do, if you've got support down in this area here, here's your lightning, your thrust, retrace. That's pretty much the same area right there. That's mid-band. I'd draw 2 lines on this. That's where we should hit our head if we're going to bounce at all. This is starting to get sideways, and I'll tell you another way to trade this too. We'll see if we can get a predictor here in a minute. We just got a Phantom, and it's really, really slow. It's really, really slow. but our stop's in, we're good. Charles Stewart says, showing that lightning helps me. Yeah, it does me too. You know, I can see it. That's why we developed it and everything to begin with. But there's times where I want to put it on my charts too, because sometimes your eye can not see it quite as well as lightning will draw it. We got our stop in. Now, probably more than likely you would have stopped out on that one just above that line, but we didn't catch it. So I'll leave my stop in and see what we can get. There we go. All right. This must have been non-farm payroll. It was. All right. So you'd want to step back for a minute and wait on non-farm payroll, right? Let's see if we can get a predictor. We'll look for a white predictor. There's your predictor. Let's look to the left to see if that's going to be a good spot. I'd say closer to 39 myself. The reason for that is because you've got a big swing over there. See it right here? But I'll take that predictor if it goes ahead and tags it. Didn't get it. It's all right. We'll wait for the next one if it doesn't show up there. See if we can get another one. When they miss it totally by 2 ticks or so, I don't really like those. That one's okay. See it? Hit the predictor. Now, when you're sideways like this, what you really want to do is you want to kind of take 5, 10 ticks, look where your support is, look where predictor says that the thing should be going, and fade it a little bit. Predictor says 16. But it may not get down there. Where would your stop be on this trade right now? Well, let's see. You haven't taken out the low yet. Whoop, I just moved stop accidentally. Let's see if we can get another predictor. We'll take this as long as we get predictors in this area. Show you how I like to trade this when it's sideways like this. Okay, predictor is right here to the left, but it's already out of range. So we're waiting on another one to form. Still looking at shorts though, right? Oh, you can move the stop to break even. You can even have Object Trader do that automatically, Clyde, on that. I had mine set to trigger it at 12, but it never hit 12 ticks. And then when I accidentally moved it, I moved it to where it tagged it. See if we can get another one. See, when you're sideways like this, predictor's busy predicting where those prices are going to go. Now, I'm not one of those that really likes to buy support, but that looks pretty decent for a 5 ticker. You want to try it? See, it's bouncing off support. But I would put my stop very, very tight on that one. All I want's 5 ticks. That was simply a support bounce. That's a trade that you can take or not take. Probably a certain percentage of them will work and a certain percentage of them won't. I got another predictor. Did you see it? So I'm getting ready for a trade. Let's look to the left to trade the right. Okay, they've tested higher, so they haven't tested 39. And that's all I see. And then this one right here. So we'll draw, we got our 5 ticks. We'll draw it right here and at 39. Predictor. I meant to actually get more. Stop would be above the swing, wouldn't it? See if it'll hit its head right there. It did. Resistance held. I'm going to go ahead and bring my stop nice and tight just in case, because that is resistance right there now. There you go. And by the way, if you've just got one left, you can always run it as a runner. So let me ask a quick question on this. Where is a KISS trade right now if it happens? Now, we don't know it's going to happen, but I can tell you that I'd be drawing lines on it in the room. You want to see where it's at? All right, right now we've been kissing predictors. We got a 10-tick trade, basically, right? This looks like it's been a 10-tick trade or close to it. Let's get rid of the lightning and I'll show you some things that I see on the chart. And believe me, your best KISS trade, until you really learn to see these, is your medium swings. I gave that away, didn't I? So if this happens to, still short, right? We're still looking short. Got a swing right above here. Let's see where it looked to the left. Yeah, I'd probably raise that just a tick or so, just so they'll hold that swing there to the left. All right, where do you think, if this happens to break down, and we don't know if it will, but I'm almost pretty sure we got a heck of a short at the open on Friday, so that's a little bit of hindsight. But we took it. You know, it was called in the room. We had it boxed in, and we took the trade. Everybody remember it? But if you'll draw your lines on your charts where support and resistance is, if they were to break to the upside, they'll definitely come back and kiss within a few ticks of 48. If they break 19, they're going to come back and kiss within a few ticks of 19. And you'll see that time and time again. Draw your lightning on your chart. Okay, so we've got a swing here. We got a swing here. If they break to the upside, we're looking for a pullback. If they break to the downside, we're looking for a pullback. Now, could you actually, remember we called this trade in the room on Friday. See there, it broke a swing. Remember, we had this boxed in. Matter of fact, that is the box from Friday. Everybody see it? I called that trade right there on Friday. Matter of fact, we got this bar, but I said if you want to take lightning instead, it was this swing. And you can clearly see it if you draw your lightning. Lightning, I think we drew lightning 2 on Friday. Nope, it was lightning 1. See, thrust, retrace, same low, lower high, boom, takes it out. So was that a good trade or what? Now, let's look for a trade. Let's just say that you're not even a trader that's actually gotten in the thing yet. Let's see if we can get a trade at 19. We got to wait for a thrust. That's your micro one. See, it just came within a tick or so. Everybody see that? And watch what predictor will do in real time too. This is what I love about that particular. You're kind of double bottoming right now. Remember, I even said this on Friday that we got to take out 06. Remember? So once we take out 06, 19 becomes your resistance. Looking to the left to trade the right. So we could actually get ready, but not yet. It's got to take out 06. And then we're going to actually trade again off of this swing. Because that's what they do. They constantly break. Watch and see if it doesn't do it. You'll see it time and time again. got to break 06, and then it'll pop back up like they always do. I'll draw the line at 06. And remember, we had our stop right down in through here at the time because we don't have a swing established yet. It hadn't taken out the low. Now that pretty much took out the low with not a closed bar though, did it? But if you tighten your stop right there, that's actually where it's going to roll over, isn't it? So let's leave it back a little bit. And instead we'll add here. We've got 2 on. Let's see if it comes right back. They always come back and kiss resistance. And if you are not sure of that, then watch predictor and you're going to see when it draws, it's going to know right about where it should be. And we've got to look to the left to make sure that it draws it correctly because it's looking at all this price action. Let's speed it up again just a little bit. Where's your lightning on your, what we call the micro lightnings right here, right? Could you take that trade off the table even there? That's pretty tight. I usually use the lightning that's at least taken out, even if it's a wick. If it's a 3-tick wick, for instance, where it's a really good, strong thrust below. And let's see if we can get in. We're going to watch predictor. Turn on sniper, we can do that. Whoop, don't want that one on. I'll just get rid of this line totally. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get that. Look where predictor came, right here. Bring it down, right at 19. And you may not get it. You know, if you don't get something like that, then more than likely they'll bypass it and they'll hit it the next time around. So far you got a lower high. But they definitely are retracing, aren't they? They took out 06. They came back above it. We even called 06 out on Friday for people that wanted out. But if you didn't take it out, and y'all saw that I did not take it out, remember? Because I like to leave that runner running. Now, if you want to add, you know, for instance, if this comes to 19 and you just want to get like 5 ticks on, say, 4 more contracts, you can even do that. You know, just go for, or say, whatever the target will be. See here like this, and then just move it to where you're only a few ticks away and take some coin on your majority of contracts like that. See how it hit it? That'll give you an extra several $100s, right? Absolutely. Okay, now you want to see how more than likely you're going to get to kiss along the way because this is stair stepping down, plus the markets have opened and all that. So look to the left to see where your kisses are, and I'm going to draw them for you, and you tell me if you want to take the trade. We can even take this trade entirely off the table if you want and start from scratch, because I'm going to teach you how to see these kisses. Okay, let's just kill it totally just for the fun of it, because I want you to see where to get in this trade. What do you think? Where does everybody see it? I see it already. I'm going to draw it. There's a kiss area. Here's a kiss area. That's too low. That's what I call the micro. Let's see if we can get us a kiss trade. Almost. Now your lightning swing is right here, right? There's your kiss trade, by the way. Your stop would be just above the swing if you wanted it to be, because that's lightning. See there? See where it kissed exactly where you wanted it to kiss. That's those lines we draw in that room every single day. Okay? Now, they'll usually go and check them a couple of times. That's one of the things about trading. They always do it. Everybody see why I did that as a kiss trade there? I drew my two lines. Where do you think your next kiss trade will be? Anybody? What do you think? What was that, 06, or where did we get filled on that one? 05. Okay, let's diagnose it and see. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. All right, so we've got a swing. Let's go ahead and kill it. We've got a swing right here. We got a kiss area right there. We got another kiss area that they've already checked this one, so I don't think they're going to check this one again, do you? So let's negate that one. That's already been kissed. All right. And so let's see if we see another kiss area that's a little micro lightning. So anywhere between those two lines, I'll fire a trade. And preferably if a predictor gets down there, right? Now remember, the kiss resistance is on this side. The kiss total top resistance would be the top side, right? But we can't take that out, because if we do take this out, then it's no longer heading down on our micro scale, so it'll go up and check mediums. No kiss yet. No kiss yet. Predictor's saying it's going to be all the way up here. Let's draw one more line. Let's see if we can get that. We may not. It may have already kissed, very possibly. We're going to find out here in just a second, because this is getting close to 9 o'clock when they sometimes pop them up a little bit more. But we haven't had an ABC yet either. Let's see if we can get a kiss. Maybe not. If not, we'll wait for another kiss. Looks like it rolled over at stealth, didn't it? That's okay. You want to try another kiss? See if we can get it. Kiss. Kiss. And micro kiss. I don't like that one. And we can't take out this swing right here because that's our lightning. Look to the left to trade the right. That's a swing, and that's a swing right here. This is really, really micro right here. So I expect it to kiss 94, wouldn't you? Let's see if we can get it. This thing's really on fire to the downside. Remember, we held this thing for a long, long way, too. May not get another kiss trade. This thing's just heading down. Sometimes you just got to box it and go ahead and take it, but I'm going to go ahead and wait for a kiss, because that's what I'm trying to teach today. At least at stealth. Come on, crude. Give us a stealth trade. Here we go. Maybe. Not yet. Should have left our one on, shouldn't we? We're not getting kisses. And the sad part is we're missing out on a very, very decent thrust. But If you're not a thrust trader, you got to wait for the kiss. Because how many times have you gotten in and you've just hit sell and see what it just did? It's trying to pop it a little bit. That's what will happen to you almost every time if you try to take a thrust. Yeah, don't chase it. Well, wait. It's got to go up there and kiss. I would expect 94. Or at least 89 for crying out loud. And I'd probably, because this is going to have to be a little tighter or a little looser stop, because you can see your stop's all the way at 44. Maybe. Don't chase. Still no cigar. Chase. Now this isn't so far out, is it? If we can get this, then this is our kiss area right here. And no higher than right there at 88. So let's see if we can get this one. They're not kissing high at all. That's the problem right now. And sometimes you just got to take it and put your stop in. But I'm going to see if I can at least get a kiss trade. Stealth would be nice. See how it's kissing stealth when it comes along in here? This one barely missed it, that's why I didn't take it. We rode this thing all the way down on Friday, though. Kiss, kiss, top. Anyway, everybody sees where to kiss and everything, right? We may not get one until it goes up to mid-band now. We'll find out. Okay, our lightning swing is right here at 87, and our lightning swing is also at 80. See if we can get something. If you miss this much of a move and you don't get kisses, this actually kissed here. It kissed these little bitty micro. I just don't take those. But you can also draw trend lines, by the way. Charles shows this in webinars too. You know, draw a trend line like so, and you can still get these. But unfortunately, and you would have gotten it probably right there on that bar. Look to the left, trade the right. That's way out of kilter. See if we can get a trade around. Looks like lightning is at mid-band now. Let's see if we can get a trade at mid-band. And your secondary lightning is at 88. There's your kiss now. Wow. But we'll still take it. The way this went down, I'm not going to take a chance going all the way. See if we can get it. Kiss is at what, 79? Not yet. There's your kiss right there. Haven't got a profit yet. Where would our stop be on this, everyone? Well, your stop would technically be, just in case they do above mid-band, your stop would almost have to be here, wouldn't it? Because that's looking to the left on your little lightning swing. You like that? One thing about that, by the way, if you don't get a kiss trade, There are times you can just go ahead and hit the button, but if you do hit the button like that, you got to make sure that you realize you're not going to have like a 12 tick stop, but you'll miss a 50 tick move a lot of times if you don't too, right? Now, so far we're heading down, right? We've got a thrust, a retrace. That was a huge move down. Okay, we just got a power meter. See a kiss trade again, everyone? Just the way I was teaching it. Now that went quick. I don't remember if I had that on like 30 times. But see what happens in real time? Thrust, retrace. Lightning was broken right there, so that changed power meters. And what happens when it does that? It thrusts up, pulls back and kisses. See, right on top of the swing, like so, and then heads up, doesn't it? And then look at that monster move. Y'all remember that one on Friday? I mean, it was like something just happened. And remember, I even said that I just hit market order because when it came up here and literally just pop, 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 and I think if I remember right, I got filled somewhere in here. But if you didn't get filled in there, then you probably missed a good run because this thing literally just, you know, it's breaking a swing right there. Could you just buy it? If you did, put your stop underneath the swing. You know, that's what you call chasing a trade. But sometimes, if you can see lightning that's pretty close by like that, that's not a bad way to trade. There was your perfect entry on it there too. Yeah, they had some news on Saudi Arabia, didn't they, or something like that, or some type of an oil deal? Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Looking at this chart, just really heading up like crazy. Starting to stair step down, by the way, so it looks like it took us out. All right, now let's diagnose this chart because I think we pretty much closed shortly after this, but I see a swing here. I see a swing here. I see a high here, at least while we're speaking, while we're trading it. All right. So if you box this to try to go into this, you'd box it like so. Come on, draw the box. Like so. Thrust retrace. That is doing a power meter to the downside. If you want to chance it, I'd only chance it with like 5 ticks because I'd like to get right down to there. That's good enough. All right. Now, if this was to still head up, what swing has to hold on this? Anybody? Absolutely. That's good analysis right there. Because for this to actually, with this kind of a thrust up, this is your swing right here, your lightning 3 swing. Okay. So if this holds, would you expect this oil to go back up? Now we did miss the trade right then. We could have flipped this, obviously. Let's see if we can get back in it. If it breaks that support, I'm going to take 5 more ticks. Didn't break it yet. Because where do you think it's going to go if it does actually break this right here? It should go and give a higher low than this, or at least, or check this. And when they do stuff like this, I'm a little more cautious and I just try to go for like 5 ticks. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Stops right above the swing. Now, why did I actually take that? Because it's actually literally breaking down as we speak right now, right? Okay, but you still have a green background, so could you be boxing in? Your lightning swing is here. Your lightning swing is here, but not identified yet. And if this doesn't take out 4409, even with this red background, we're still very possibly going to head back up, because that's your thrust, your retrace, your big thrust. Can't take it out. You even got your mid band, but until it takes this out, it's still an uptrend. Lightning swing is right there for right now. Everybody see that? Didn't take this out either. I draw that a lot of times in that room too, to let people see that that's actually your identified swing. Lightning swing right there at 29. What do y'all think? You want to wait for it to pop it and pull back to it? I think that'd be a smarter way to do it. What if it doesn't do it? Because this is still, even though our software changed to red, that was because that was such a huge move up with that announcement on oil. That is still an uptrend. Now it's a downtrend as far as retracing, but until it takes this out, this is the trade I'd be looking for personally. I'd be looking for a break and a pullback, or a break and a pullback. Like that. Because when I see lightning doing this, that didn't even identify that swing, but that is a swing. See, that's your huge thrust up. This is nothing but a retrace so far on a huge move up. And it's actually came right to 50%. So as soon as that power meter turns green, if it does, or if it turns below this line, I'll look for a thrust below and a pop back up, and then short it. But if it pops up above, I'll take it long. See if we can get it. There's the pop above. Let's see if it comes back and kisses. No kiss. See, that's just a break. See how your lightning actually, literally, if you would have put your buy in right above lightning when that thing went green, would have had a heck of a trade. So now let's see, where is support? And we're probably going to have to wrap here pretty soon. But I see support. Let me get rid of some lines. I see support at 28. I see support at 13. They've already checked 13. I'd be looking for a trade. Let's see, got lightning, thrust, retrace. Got to do this quick because I got it moving fast. Right there. Well, that was quick. We got it though. We got to put our stop underneath the swing. Okay. So everybody see how to look for little kiss trades and things like that? And if you get into a situation where the market is moving, quite rapidly, rather than waiting on a kiss, when they're moving, look at this stealth line. It's really very popular. See how when you thrust down, you hit the stealth line. You thrust down, you hit the stealth line. You thrust down, you hit the stealth line. And then pretty soon it just loses it all. So that's another good area to look for kiss trades too, especially if they don't give any kind of pullbacks into resistance. Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll trade again on Monday. Just keep in mind that some of the best trades are predictor trades, kiss trades, phantom and mid-band trades, and your little box in. And by the way, I had that thing going like 100 times, but I diagnosed this properly, didn't I? We had a lightning swing right there. And even if you went to the next one up, right, had a monster move. You can box those like that. We do it all the time in that room. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll do it again on Monday. The lightning, Chai, on your question, The one you want to use for the trend is actually your Lightning 3. Your one that you want to use for your stops and your entries and things like that is your Lightning 1. Okay? Because Lightning 1 it's very, very quick. Okay? On your Lightning 1. So for instance, if you get a break like to the upside on a Lightning 1, you know, you get these little quick moves and you look to the left to trade the right. Right now, what are you doing? Well, we're trying to head down and check my other line. Looks like they're going to check 28, doesn't it? See there? Now, I'd probably be buying that myself simply because it just checked 28. That was a swing over here. And this is still an uptrend. High, low, higher high, noise. And they just checked the perfect area that I drew a line at. So I'd probably be buying that. Okay? All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on Monday. Bye now.